Everybody, this is Brian with Vermillion Enterprises. Today is August 7th, 2025. You probably saw our premiums video earlier today, and I've had a question that's popped up several times in the last week that I thought I would address here in a video because some of you may find it of value, and if not, keep on scrolling. But so the question that I have been asked twice in the last week, which is kind of an anomaly. I get it every once in a while, but the fact that it's been twice in 1 week. There must be some social media outlet that's promoting this, so that's why it's on the tip of everyone's tongue. Hey, will you sell me scrap gold as an investment? Like basically, instead of buying stackable gold in the way of bars or coins, will you sell me scrap jewelry like this? Here, come on, Tim. So this is what we consider scrap gold jewelry. This is 10 karat, 14, 18, 22 karat jewelry is what we're talking about here. And we buy it at 90% of its value. And so I've gotten several customers that have asked recently, hey, will you sell it to me as a way of investing? And I do not sell it as an investment product. I do not sell it at all in any kind of sense whatsoever. And there's a couple reasons why scrap gold jewelry is not a way to go when stacking precious metals. The first and the most important, pretty much wherever you go throughout the land, jewelry, which is what this is here, is considered taxable. So I would have to collect sales tax during the transaction for you to purchase it across the counter. For that not to happen, you have to be a licensed wholesaler that has a precious metals license, registered with FinCEN, and all of that good stuff. Have an anti-money laundering policy in place. So if you don't have all those things, well, then you're the public, right? And I, by law, would have to collect sales tax when I sell this type of material. Here in my municipality, the sales tax is 6.5%. So you would literally be paying an extra 6.5% during the purchase of this material that is totally 100% unrecoverable. So there's no, it's just a lost 6.5% when it comes down to it. And that just doesn't make sense when there's other gold vehicles to purchase that don't have that kind of loss right off the top, right off the purchase price. So let's focus on gold eagles and buffaloes, which is kind of the mainstay of what we do sell here in the shop. So we sell gold buffaloes and gold eagles right now. These premiums are always subject to change. We reserve the right to change. This is an evergreen video, so these do change. But right now we're selling 1 ounce gold buffaloes and 1 ounce gold eagles at the spot price of gold plus 3%. That's 3.5% less than what the sales tax would be on the jewelry. So that right there completely negates the reason why anybody should want to buy gold jewelry as an investment stackable type of precious metals, because you're losing the delta right there is 3.5%. When we're talking about investment, 3.5% is a lot. That is significant. So that is the one reason why we don't sell. I don't want to collect the sales tax. It's a loss of money on your end. Yada, yada, yada. With the gold coins, there's no sales tax. U.S. gold coins are exempt from sales tax in the state of Florida. So you don't even have to worry about that. With the jewelry, yes, I would have to collect 6.5% sales tax. So that's the big reason why jewelry is not a great way to invest in gold. Scrap gold jewelry, that is. Now, second reason is purity. All right. The purity of gold eagles and gold buffaloes and gold bars and whatever else gold coin wise is well established, easy to identify and verify. Jewelry, not so much the case. Get on the jewelry, Tim. All right, the jewelry, even though it's 10 karat, 14, 18 karat, if there's repairs in it, if pieces have been modified, Jewelers are known in the past to use gold that is not consistent with the original piece. So you could actually have a 14 karat gold chain with 10 karat gold extensions. I've seen that in real life. So the purity of what you are actually, or what you actually have in the way of gold jewelry, may not be what you exactly think it is. I've seen it 100 times. Rings, shanks get replaced in rings all the time. The gallery of the ring might be, let's say, 14 or 18 karat, but they replace the shank with a 10 karat gold shank. So that happens all the time, folks, and therefore negating or diminishing the actual purity of the gold that you think you have. And that speaks to one reason why I pay 90% of value on the gold, because it allows a little bit of slop in there when it comes to purity, because I get 99, sometimes 99.5% for the gold jewelry after the melt. So when it gets melted down, if there's any kind of bad flux in there, if there's anything that's off carat, all that kind of comes into play at that point in time. So it allows a little bit of slop buying at 90%, whereas gold buffaloes and gold eagles right now, I'm buying at spot and spot minus 1% respectively. So just that's reason number 2, that you don't want to buy gold jewelry as stackable precious metals. That's a big reason too, all right? We've seen this a number of times where the purity isn't really what we think it is on gold jewelry. All right, number 3, shop payout. So what does that mean? Well, here in my local area, there's a lot, a lot of shops here that buy gold jewelry. And a lot of them will let it walk, meaning that they won't go up any higher than 40 to 70% of its value. So when you go to resell the jewelry, you may not get exactly what you can, because your local guy may or may not feel comfortable stepping up on it. So we pay 90% of value. We try to be ultra competitive with that. There are several shops down about an hour south of me that will also pay that. But my local competition here in my immediate area lets gold walk between 40 and 70% of its value. So you could be taking a huge haircut just on the cash in at the same time. And a lot of reputable shops pay 80 to 90% of value. But think about that. We're buying at 90% of value, all right, which we try to be ultra competitive. Why would you want to have a 10% loss right off the top when you could buy gold buffaloes or eagles and get either spot or spot minus 1 point on them? And these obviously are subject to change too. Yeah, Tim, get in on that, man. Yeah, stay focused on the gold. So you can get spot or spot minus 1 point on gold buffaloes and eagles. Gold bars we're paying 98%. So you think you're losing 10% on the value of the jewelry or the value of the gold, let's put it, whereas eagles and buffaloes, gold bars, you can get either the spot price of gold to spot minus 2%. And that is, that's an 8% at the minimum, 10% loss at the most. So, and then you add into the sales tax. So you're talking a 16.5 to 18.5 spread difference there, just in premiums coming in and out. So that is why gold jewelry as a stackable precious metals, in my opinion, is not a great way to invest. Gold has made significant gains over the last, year and a half or so, definitely over the last 14 months. Gold eagles and gold buffaloes are definitely a better buy when it comes dollar to dollar than trying to stack gold scrap jewelry. You may think, oh, I can get this cheap. Yeah, but you're going to see why when it comes time to cashing out. Another reason why we have to pay 90% on this is, by law in the state of Florida, I have to hold this for 30 days before I can resell it myself or scrap it. Whereas gold eagles and buffaloes and bars and rounds and all that are able for me to immediately dispose of or resell, so I can make my money, my spread immediately. Whereas on the gold jewelry, it has to sit in a holding tank for 30 days by law before we can dispose of it. Another issue, and I just came up with it, I just realized this, I didn't even have it on my list here, is these jewelry is considered secondhand goods in the state of Florida. Same with the flatware, as you know we talk about. We have to get a copy of your driver's license or state ID card. So we're going to know who you are. You're going to put your address, your thumbprint, your signature, all that down on paperwork that goes to the sheriff's department. Gold coins and bars, a lot less of that necessary. So unfortunately, due to the price of gold right now, if you have multiple gold pieces, you're typically going to get a check. But that is at least not going to the government, where a record of that's not going to the government. Whereas with the gold jewelry, yeah, the sheriff's department gets a copy of that, because unfortunately people steal jewelry from time to time and try to sell it to shops like ours. So those are the 4 reasons that we recommend just sticking with gold coins and bars for stackable gold investment purposes rather than getting into the gold jewelry. So let's run down one more time. 4 reasons. One is I have to collect 6.5% sales tax on gold jewelry. Anywhere in the land is probably got to collect sales tax on jewelry. It doesn't matter what state you're in, what municipality. I can't think of a place that's actually exempt. 2, purity. This is unknown to a certain degree. Purity of gold coins, gold bars are 100% easy to identify. We know exactly what they are, no question about that. Jewelry can have purity issues. Also, number 3, payout. So you're going to get a much better payout on gold coins and bullion than you are on scrap gold. We're paying 90% on scrap gold jewelry, paying spot right now, so a 0% loss on gold buffaloes compared to the spot price of gold, and a spot minus 1% on gold eagles. So only minus 1% versus minus 10%. Gold bars, we're buying at spot minus 2%. So that would be minus, you'd have 8% difference there. And then 4, what was it? A lot less paperwork and government, I don't want to say interference, but involvement when selling coins than there is with gold jewelry. And you'll find throughout a lot of the country, there are other reporting laws on gold jewelry and other goods that are considered secondhand in nature. All right, Tim, that's good. So I just wanted to go over that. I literally had 2 inquiries this last week about that. And so I just wanted to go ahead and cover that. Hopefully that was clear for you folks out there in YouTube land. If you do have any gold jewelry you want to sell, we are buying it at 90% of its value, but we do not resell it. All right, it goes to the refinery and is melted down. Okay, if you got any other questions, comments, concerns, please put them into the thread. We'll be happy to take a look at them. And yeah, if there's anything we can do for you, remember, we are not undercapitalized. Come on into the shop, mail your stuff in. We will be happy to help. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and we'll be with you later on. Thank you.